If the camera hadn't been recording, no one, not even the mother, would have believed what her gentle family dog did that night. And she definitely wouldn't have understood why he did it. Because what she discovered later made her knees nearly buckle. It began with a video clip that lasted just under 20 seconds, but changed everything. At first, it looked almost innocent, her 2-year-old daughter toddling sleepily toward the back door at 2:58 a.m. But then, out of nowhere, their usually calm, aging Labrador sprinted across the kitchen, skidding on the tiles as he threw his entire body in front of her. Not just blocking her, protecting her. And what happened next still haunts her. But to understand why that moment mattered, you have to understand what the mother had missed. Her name was Erin Whitaker, a 33-year-old graphic designer balancing tight deadlines, a part-time work-from-home schedule, and the demands of raising a curious toddler alone. Life was busy, messy, unpredictable. Her daughter, Lily, was everything to her. Wild curls, soft giggles, sticky hands, and endless questions. The house always smelled of crayons and baby lotion. And right beside Lily, always, was Bear, their 10-year-old Labrador, gray around the muzzle, slow in the mornings, gentle as a cloud. Bear had been with Erin long before Lily was born. He was family. And lately, something about him had changed. He had begun hovering near the back door, as if guarding it. Every evening, he would sit in front of it, staring through the glass for long stretches. Sometimes he would whine. Other times, he would growl so low it vibrated the floorboards. Probably raccoons, Erin would mutter, too tired to think deeper. She brushed it off, the way tired parents brush off strange little things. Lily would giggle and tug on his ears. Bear no like the dark, she'd say in her toddler language. But Bear wasn't afraid. He was alert. And Erin, exhausted, distracted, overloaded, simply didn't notice how often he positioned himself between Lily and that door. Until the night everything changed. Over the next several days, Bear's behavior escalated. Every morning, when Lily toddled toward the backyard to look at birds, Bear would block her path, gently nudging her away, circling around her, even herding her toward the living room. At first, Erin thought it was adorable. But then she noticed something else. Whenever Lily touched the door handle, even just to peek outside, Bear's tail would stiffen, his ears would shoot upward, and he'd push between her and the glass. One afternoon, he even growled when Lily tugged too hard. He had never growled at Lily before. Not once. Erin scolded him gently. "Bear, buddy, what's going on with you?" Bear stared back at her, something pleading in his eyes. Something he didn't know how to explain. That night, after putting Lily to sleep, Erin remembered the way Bear had shivered near the door earlier. She sat beside him, running her fingers through his thick fur. "What are you worried about?" she whispered. He leaned his head against her knee. His body was tense. And for the first time, Erin wondered if she was missing something. At 2:58 a.m., Erin woke to a soft chime from her phone. Motion detected. Kitchen camera. She sighed. Probably Bear again pacing around. Or the furnace turning on. Or shadows from the streetlight. Still half asleep, she opened the camera feed. And her blood ran cold. Lily, her baby, was wandering across the kitchen in her footy pajamas, rubbing her eyes, heading straight for the back door. Barefoot. Alone. And worst of all, unlocked. Erin's stomach dropped. No, no, no. But before she could move, something else happened on the screen. Bear charged into the frame so fast he slid into the cabinets. He planted himself between Lily and the door like a soldier taking a bullet. Lily tried to move around him, but Bear pushed her back again and again, whining urgently. Then, suddenly, Bear's head whipped toward the window. His entire posture changed. In the reflection of the glass, Erin saw something move. A shadow. A shape. A person. Her heart slammed against her ribs. Bear erupted in a fury of barking. Violent, aggressive, louder than she had ever heard in his 10 years of life. Not barking at Lily. Not barking at nothing. Barking at someone outside. Lily froze, startled. Bear kept barking, angrier, louder, more primal. He wasn't trying to protect the house. He was trying to protect the child. And then, through the crack of the curtain, Erin saw it. A hand, pressed against the glass, trying the handle. Her breath stopped. She dropped her phone. She ran. When Erin burst into the kitchen seconds later, Bear was still barking, fur raised, body rigid, every muscle ready to fight. Lily cried, clinging to his back. Erin scooped her daughter into her arms and locked the door with trembling fingers. She flicked on the backyard lights. Nothing. Silence. Whoever was out there was gone. For the first time in her life, she dialed 911 with shaking hands. "Someone tried to get into my house," she whispered. "My toddler was. She was right by the door. My dog." He stopped her. Police arrived within minutes. 2 officers swept the yard with flashlights, checking the fence, the patio, the side gate. One of them called out, "Ma'am, you need to see this." On the outside of the back door, barely visible, were smudged fingerprints. Fresh ones. A full handprint where someone had tried to push the door open. The gate latch had been lifted, and there were footprints, large, boot-shaped, leading away toward the alley. The officer's expression turned grave. "Based on other reports tonight," he said, "someone has been checking houses in this area, looking for unlocked doors. Usually around 3 a.m. Your dog likely scared him off." Erin felt the room tilt. Bear had saved her daughter. Actually, Bear had saved both of them. While the police were still inspecting the yard, one officer noticed something else, a detail Erin had never thought to check. "There's damage near your door," he said, crouching low. "Fresh wood splintering. Someone's tested this lock multiple times." Her throat tightened. Multiple times? Not just tonight. Suddenly, Bear's behavior made sense. The whining, the staring at the door, the growling, the way he refused to let Lily near it. He hadn't been anxious. He had been warning her. He had sensed someone coming to the door on previous nights, someone she never noticed, someone she didn't hear, someone she didn't imagine she would ever have to fear. Bear had known. And Erin, she had ignored every sign. She sank to her knees beside him, hugging his neck, tears falling into his fur. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I should have listened to you." Bear nudged her hand softly, as if to say it didn't matter now. He had done what he was meant to do. He had protected his family. In the days that followed, the police increased patrols in the neighborhood. Several other families came forward with late-night footage, shadows near their windows, doors tested, locks rattled. A man in dark clothing had been wandering the streets, looking for easy targets. But not Erin's house. Not with Bear there. Neighbors began calling him a hero. Lily proudly told everyone, "Bear saved me." And it was true. Erin upgraded every lock, installed brighter lights, and added more cameras, not out of fear, but out of gratitude for the wake-up call. One afternoon, she sat on the back porch watching Lily curl into Bear's side, her tiny fingers resting on his fur. She lifted her camera, the good one she used for work, and captured the moment. Her daughter safe, her dog proud, sunlight softening the edges of a day she wouldn't forget. Later, as she downloaded the photos, Erin whispered to herself, "Sometimes the ones who protect us speak without words." Because Bear hadn't just blocked a toddler from walking outside. He had stopped a stranger from stepping in. He had sensed danger long before Erin did. And in a world full of noise, distraction, and doubt, he had been the quiet warning she almost overlooked. Her guardian. Lily's protector. The hero no one would have believed, if the camera hadn't caught it. If this story opened your eyes to the unseen ways our loved ones protect us, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful, real-life inspired stories. And share this video with anyone who needs a reminder that sometimes the strongest guardians in our lives walk on 4 legs.